Hey y'all, Gary here with Tennessee Stands. Hey, there seems to be some confusion in Sevier County as to what the law is concerning protecting children. Many of you know that at the beginning of this year, in the legislative session of 2023, the General Assembly passed a bill that makes performances of a prurient interest of a sexual nature, like drag performances, taking place in front of minors, with minors being able to attend these so-called family-friendly events, are illegal in the state of Tennessee. But there was a lawsuit in Jackson, Tennessee, in a district court from an organization out of Memphis that sued based on the First Amendment and their right to groom children, I suppose. And the judge, unfortunately, enjoined the law and ruled it unconstitutional. That has happened, and currently that case is before the Sixth Circuit Appellate Court. It's just got to appeals. We don't expect a decision relatively soon. It'll take a few months, as I would suppose. In fact, Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti just filed the state's brief on August 22nd. So we're just getting into appellate court. Meanwhile, what many are saying is that the judge in West Tennessee blocked the law from enforcement across the state, and that's what I want to address today, because you need to know this. First, I want to take you to this event. So this is the event that's supposed to be happening in Sevierville, my understanding, which is this weekend, by the way. And my understanding is there's a similar event. I don't know if it's the same organization happening in Blount County as well. But, this is billed to be family-friendly. The organization has been very clear that not only are children welcome to attend, but children will be involved in the show as well. And it's singing, variety show, and drag. Everything you would expect showing up to a show like this. Of course, sponsored by the Sevier County Democrats, also known as the Sevier County Groomers and Pedophiles. But so what I want to show you are two really important things, because apparently county officials, law enforcement, the local DA, and even city council members in Sevierville are very confused as to whether or not this law can and or should be enforced. So let me take you here first. This first document is from May 2nd, 2023. This was one of the first actions of the court. This is sort of in the middle of the district court case. And this is an important piece to know. The plaintiff, Friends of George's, which was the LGBT nonprofit theater that had sued the state over the law, initially, they sued the state of Tennessee, Governor Bill Lee, and Jonathan Skrmetti, and the local DA. All right, so that's a really important distinction, because if you're going to block a law statewide, you've got to sue the state, you've got to sue the governor in his capacity, and you've got to sue the attorney general. But there was a move. The attorney general motioned to have himself and the state and the governor, all three entities, removed from the lawsuit, which was a really smart thing to do, and that succeeded. The judge granted the motion on May 2nd, 2023, and I want to read this last part so that you understand what's being said here. The court grants this motion and respectfully directs the clerk to update the case caption to reflect the remaining parties. Plaintiff, Friends of George's, Inc. versus defendant, District Attorney General Stephen Mulroy in his individual and official capacity. So, the first thing to understand as to whether or not this law is enforceable throughout the state is that the lawsuit was amended, and it was so ordered by the judge that the state, the governor, and the attorney general are not being sued in this case. The only defendant in the lawsuit was District Attorney General Stephen Mulroy, the local attorney general for Shelby County. So that's an important distinction, okay? Only the DA in Shelby County was brought to court in this lawsuit. Here's the other thing I want to show you. It's the court's judgment. So The court's final judgment, as you can see, ruled that law unconstitutional per the First Amendment, which is ridiculous. We're not going to get into that in this video. I think I've addressed that previously. Apparently, this federal district court judge believes that pedophiles have a First Amendment constitutional right to groom children. There's no such thing as child abuse in America anymore. But what you need to see in this ruling is this right here. The court permanently enjoins who? Who did he enjoin? The state of Tennessee? No. He enjoined defendant District Attorney General Stephen Mulroy from doing what? From enforcing the act within his jurisdiction in Shelby County, Tennessee. Does that say the state of Tennessee? No, it's Shelby County, Tennessee. So for everyone that's willing to watch this video and understand what I'm saying, these are some important distinctions. This law, which makes these illicit, sexually illicit, explicit, whatever the right phrase is, drag performances in front of minors illegal in the state of Tennessee, has been enjoined by a federal district court, but only in Shelby County and only from the local DA from enforcing that law in Shelby County, which means the law on the books, which the people of Tennessee petitioned their representatives to pass and did duly pass by our legislature per their constitutional authority, is still enforceable per the court decision in 94 of 95 counties across the state of Tennessee. Now, the county DA in Sevier County and local officials might say, well, yeah, but we don't want to enforce the law because we're probably going to get sued. And if we get sued and we go to court, the case out of West Tennessee is precedent and we'll probably lose. That might be true. If they enforce this law in Sevier County, they might very well be sued and they might lose. But there's another option. They might win, right? If they enforce the law. This happens, by the way, across the United States. This would not be unique. Let's just say Sevier County does enforce the law and they do get sued. It is possible that an East Tennessee federal judge might put out a different ruling, an opposing ruling, or simply might not grant a restraining order and might simply wait and defer to the Sixth Circuit Court's opinion, or ruling, I should say, in the appellate court. So that there's all sorts of things that can happen, but right now, officials in Sevier County are choosing not to enforce the law because they're scared of the courts. Well, from the people of Tennessee, let me make something really, really clear. To look, I'm sure some very nice people in Sevier County. You need to do the right thing and you need to do your job. Right now, since we're talking about the courts, you're afraid of getting sued. Well, if you want to go by the court opinion, the court in West Tennessee is telling you the law is enforceable. It only enjoined the law in Shelby County. So I just want to cut all the crap on all this nonsense. What you have is a bunch of men making excuses as to why they refuse to protect children in Sevier County. That's actually what happened. I know the law says we should protect children, but here's all the reasons really why we shouldn't. No, the fact of the matter is you should. You should do your job. And it's problematic that we don't have a governor and seemingly yet no member of the legislature to publicly make such a statement. I would call on Governor Bill Lee to ask every district attorney and every county official in those 94 counties across the state, sir, which you govern, to demand that they enforce the law. I mean, if the DA, again, might be a great guy, I don't know them. But if the DA in Sevier County refuses to enforce a law on the books to protect children, now I would submit to you perhaps that DA needs to be removed from office. Perhaps we need another DA. What we need are men and women in office with the guts to do the right thing, especially when the law is on their side. So make no mistake. The law banning these types of performances in front of children is not blocked. It's only enjoined in Shelby County, and it is enforceable in all 94 counties. I hope that officials shut this down in Sevier County and do the right thing and protect kids, because we, the people who advocated for this policy, this law passed, and we expect you to do your job.